Hey everybody, Mrs. Lightful here with another chapel. I know the other two I've started outdoors, so I thought I would do this one outdoors. It is May 1st. April is over, and it is the most perfect May day ever. So I am feeling blessed, and I hope you are too.
Glory, glory, rise and shine, and give God the glory, glory, rise and shine, and give God the glory, glory, children of the Lord, children of the Lord.
Hello everybody, welcome to our next virtual chapel. We are not going to do If You're Happy and You Know It today because I want to have plenty of time for the story that I would like you to hear. So I hope you do it at home with your family just for fun. How about if we start with our prayer? Please do it with me. Dear God, thank you for the blessing of this day. Thank you for the blessing of these friends. Help us to grow braver, kinder, and wiser today. Amen. Kind of hard to do wiser with the hat on. Let's do a quick review of the lessons that we've learned so far. The first week we were together way back in September, we talked about 3 rules for life. And instead of saying be kind, be brave, be you, I always start with brave first. Be brave, be kind, be you. And the week after that, we talked about everybody has a job to do. Remember when Molly taught you that big lesson? Everyone has a job to do. And your parents have the job of keeping you safe and helping you learn. And then you have the job of paying attention and listening and following directions. That's called obeying. And you follow directions after your parents have told you only one time. So we talked about the sign for that was right away, just once. Your parents should have to tell you just once, right away, just once. And that week, we did the story, Come Along Daisy. Remember, she could have been in really great danger, and her mother kept her safe, but Daisy needed to listen and follow directions. The next week, we learned from Patrick, and look out, Patrick, that where our eyes go, our brain follows, and he was not really looking at the danger around him. He was not paying attention. So you need to use your eyes to pay attention. Now, we also read about someone who talked all the time. Lacey Walker, nonstop talker. And from that story, we learned that sometimes it's your turn to talk and sometimes it's not. So one of the most important things to do is use your eyes and look, and then your brain will follow. And ask yourself this question. Is there already a conversation going on? Is your mom already talking to somebody? Is your grandma or grandpa already talking to somebody, or your teacher or your friend? If they are already talking, you need to wait your turn so that you don't interrupt, okay? Now, today we're going to do a story, one of my favorites, called Giant John. And I'm going to let Molly come and tell you about the big lesson. Hey, Molly, where are you? There you are. Are you kidding me? Still no kids? Nope, just the screen. Oh my. Well, guess what? I am going to be brave. Are you proud of me? Yes, I am. I am going to do this anyway, even though I miss you. So, today's story about Giant John has a big lesson. Look at the world around you. helps people and is kind and safe because he is aware. He looks at what is happening and he knows how to be safe and helpful. So let's try that. Mrs. Leipold is going to help me with my hands. So, point at your eyes. Look at the world around you. It will make you a better person. I love you guys. I hope I get to see you soon. Goodbye.
Giant John, written and illustrated by Arnold Lobel. Long ago, in an enchanted forest, there lived a large giant named John. The fairies who also lived in the forest played magic dancing music for John. He had to dance and could not stop until the music stopped. The dancing made John's big feet hurt, but he thought it was great fun. In the evening, he would pick a bouquet of trees and take it home to his mother. One night, his mother began to cry. "We are poor," sobbed Mrs. Giant. "There are only 2 potato chips in the cupboard, and we have no money to buy more food." After they ate the potato chips, John said, "Do not cry, Mother. Soon we will have some money. I will go out into the world to find a job." Mrs. Giant made John wear his rubber shoes and carry his umbrella. "Goodbye, Mother," said John as he started on his journey. John walked very far out into the world. He saw mountains and tigers and thunderstorms. Then he saw a beautiful castle. "Look, look!" cried the king and queen and princess and dog who lived in the castle. "Here comes a giant." "Hello," called John. "I am looking for a job." "Stay a while and work for us," said the king. John liked the king and queen and princess and dog. He decided to stay and went right to work. When it rained, he kept the castle dry. When it was sunny and hot, he blew a pleasant breeze. He helped the queen do the laundry and played horsey to make the dog and princess laugh. John cleaned and dusted the castle every day. The king and queen and princess and dog were very happy. They did not even mind when John's snoring kept them awake at night. On Saturday, the king gave John a big bag of gold for all the work he had done. "We'll have a picnic lunch before you go home," said the queen. Suddenly, a cloud of fairies appeared. They were John's friends from the enchanted forest. "We missed you, Giant John," they said. "There is no one to dance to our magic music. We came to play for you." The fairies began to play the magic dancing music. John began to dance. "Ouch," said the king and queen and princess and dog as they fell to the ground. "Stop, stop," shouted John. But the fairies kept playing their music, and John danced and danced. John could not stop dancing. He danced everywhere. He danced on the flowers and on the dog's tail. And then he danced on the castle. "You foolish fairies," cried John. "Stop that terrible music." The fairies did stop their music. They saw what they had done and were very sorry. The king and queen and Princess and Dog were all crying. But Giant John did not cry. He began to put the castle back together again. The fairies helped too. They bandaged the flowers and the dog's tail. John worked hard, and soon the castle was fixed. It did not look quite the same as before, but the king and queen and princess and dog dried their eyes and thought it was beautiful. "Now I must go home," said John, putting on his rubber shoes and hat. He promised to visit often and kiss the king and queen and princess and dog goodbye. John rushed home to his mother with the bag of gold. "Look, Mother," he called, "I have earned some money for us." By this time, Mrs. Giant was very, very hungry. She was glad to see John and his bag of gold coming through the door. That night, John and his mother invited the fairies to dinner. They did not dance, but they ate baked beans and sang many songs and lived happily ever after. Hey everybody, I wanted to finish this chapel at one of my favorite places in the world, Canterbury School. So, let me take a deep breath. I think what Giant John teaches us about looking at the world around us is he was sensitive to his mom's feelings. He noticed that she was sad. He looked around to see what the king and queen and princess and dog needed done, and he just did it. He did what needed to be done. And I think if you look at what the fairies did, they didn't mean to have bad things happen. They just wanted John to dance, but they did not look at the world around them. They didn't notice that John had the king and queen and princess and dog on his lap, and they didn't think they might get hurt if he starts dancing. And they didn't look to see how close he was to the castle and think, maybe John doesn't have room where he is. So it's kind of the difference between looking at the world around you before you act or speak and not looking at the world around you. So I hope Giant John reminds you to take a breath, look at the world around you, and I think that'll make you a person who is kinder and much more helpful. I love you guys. May the Lord bless you and keep you until we meet again. Bye.